What's the beef between Big Three and NBA now?
I have no idea. Maybe we started off on the wrong foot. But at the end of the day, this league is here. To me, it would be a travesty if the NBA started a league to compete with the big three. It's like they already have 5-on-5. Um, so it's just, who knows? We think we're complementary. I'm going to continue to be a fan of the NBA, and hopefully they'll see the light.
He doesn't. All right. One of my favorite people on the planet, man. I just love it. And I got to do this, man. We bring Ice Cube in. Happy birthday, Cube.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, that's pretty dope, man. I mean, Big Three basketball, you just dropped an album. I think you just dropped an album last week. Life's good, man.
Yeah, life is great. Doing what I love to do when it comes to music, with Mount Westmore, and with the big three, back at it. We got a long off season, so it's good to be kind of on the eve of season 5.
Cube, what do we have in store for Big Three basketball? And I want to get into something that I heard from Adam Silver. I think you're going to be kind of shocked when I tell you I had a conversation with Adam Silver yesterday because I saw something about Big Three basketball. And just give us first and foremost what's on the schedule here for Big Three coming up. What's going to be different this year?
Well, first of all, we call it Fireball. We call it Fireball 3 because it's its own sport. How we've, done things and kind of calibrated the rules and the way it's played to make 3-on-3 exciting and elevated to a professional level. So, just happy with the growth of it, the interest. The hardest thing in the world is to start a pro sports franchise from scratch, and it's been everything that I've expected, the unexpected, and so we're proud of being here. In year 5, excited to see guys go at it, and guys are going to just, when they hit the court, to me, you're going to see the best year of the big three. The athletes are ready to go. Everybody know about the game. Everybody know how physical it is, and they're just ready to go.
Cube, I wonder what's harder to start, a band like NWA or a league like this, because there's so many other things than just getting out there and putting things on vinyl.
A league. without a doubt. Bands, music has been here. You know what I'm saying? Movies have been here before me. Professional 3-on-3 has never been here. So, as far as I know, not in the US. So, it's a pretty I guess like climbing Mount Everest. It's exactly probably like that. And so, what did Adam say? I'm interested.
Oh no, it's like, hey, we keep an eye on him and such. And I said, so you guys taking shots at my guy and his big three? And he's like, no, I don't know where he got that from. And I'm like, well, Cube don't throw shit out there like that unless there's something to the thing here. And he was saying, no, that was just some of our executives saying that, they're copying some of the things that we do. And, we're trying to form a big three league too ourselves. And I was like, really? So Cube, he was very vague. And I've known Adam since he's from Connecticut, and I've known him for 35 years. And for him to be vague like that, what's the beef between Big Three and NBA now?
I have no idea. Maybe we started off on the wrong foot. But at the end of the day, this league is here. to me, it would be a travesty if the NBA started a league to compete with the big three. It's like they already have 5-on-5. Um, so it's just, who knows? We think we're complementary. I'm gonna continue to be a fan of the NBA. And hopefully they'll see the light. They'll realize, treating the big three like we don't exist, and telling people that's interested in being involved in the big three that basically you involved with the NBA. You know, like it's just to me just the ugly part of this whole sports business. At the end of the day, we got some fans want, and we support them. They should support us. But if they don't, we still here. Year
Are,
5, with or
Cube, are
without
they
them.
telling players once they retire not to join the big three?
I don't think so. It's not with players because when they're done with them, they're probably done with them. But it's more sponsors, media, behind the scenes. People who should be all over us. If they got a relationship with the NBA, most of the time they come in real hard and they back out just as hard. And you can't tell us that we don't have the hottest sport in the summer. And so, um, you know, we'll persevere. And, we asking to be a part of it at this point in time. One day we won't be asking.
Cube, I'll tell you what I love what you do. These players build up, and this in the music industry and being a film star. You build this brand up and you build this logo up and you build this aura about yourself up. And for professional athletes, I don't know if it's maybe similar to the music industry because your music lives forever. But the athlete, it just dies when he is done. It's done. I mean, that guy, you don't see him ever again. You kind of give these guys another vehicle to keep that going and make some extra dough off it. And all the years that they put into that, it's not just about dribbling a basketball. It's also about building that brand up. And this is another vehicle for that. Do you see it that way too?
Man, Dan, you see it. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. These guys get a chance to keep their profile high. And it opens the door for other opportunities. I've seen, from Clyde Drexler to Rick Barry to, Dr. J, all these guys, even some of our guys that play, getting, spots as, sitting behind the desk, analyzing. It keeps your profile up so you can, continue to make a living off your name. And with the big three, your game too, because if you come out here and do your thing, we're gonna treat you like a superstar. And if the world don't, we will. So, at the end of the day, it's like if you do your thing, you will continue to rise, and your basketball career ain't over just because one league says you're done. Calling these guys retired players is a joke. These guys are, they current players. Some of them play all over the world. And so at the end of the day, when you come to the big three, when you're done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it's time, and you go out on your own terms. And that's really what it's all about.
Cube, your league reminds me of the old ABA. There's an ABA flair to it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a star power to it that when I was a young kid, I wasn't really an NBA guy because I'm watching Dr. J with the Nets going, pumping that thing through there, man. I mean, watching Malone too when he played for the Squires and such, man. I mean, I was an ABA guy, and there's kind of a flair to it. All right, let me ask you this question now about the NBA here. Mount Rushmore, listen to this, folks. Mount Rushmore for Cube. Magic, Wilt, MJ, and Kobe. No LeBron. I don't know, man. That's a little What's up? No LeBron. No LeBron,
Um,
man.
yeah, I mean, I think look, LeBron is
Or Shaq.
extremely, they extremely dominant, but everybody I mentioned to me changed the game and took the game to another level. Um, so I put Kobe in there because Kobe played in both eras. He
Yeah.
played in the one-on-one hand checking era, so to speak, and then the zone era too. And he was still able to be champions in both eras. Um, and Wilt to me was just like a phenomenon. Kind of like Shaq was. Shaq is a phenomenon too. The problem I'm having is Mount Rushmore only got four heads up there. You know what I mean? But Shaq would definitely be up there, and LeBron. LeBron is a phenomenal player. Once in a lifetime player. I think the era he's playing in hurts him a little bit, but at the end of the day, you can't take nothing away from him. And if one head fall off, I'll put his up there.
I'll tell you this, man. I tell people this all the time about Wilt. You'll never see 50 and 25 as long as you live. I don't care who you are, man. This guy averaged 50 points and 25 boards for a season, and he 47, 45, 48. I mean, nobody was Chamberlain. Like you said, a 5-second rule was created for him. And that leads me to another guy, too, that's playing right now. What's your spin on Curry? If he wins his fourth title, Cube, in 8 years, he's redefined perimeter shooting. I guess if Jerry West had the 3-point line, we'd be talking about Jerry West as well. That wasn't something they did. I had Rick Barry a couple days on the show, and Rick goes, Jerry West could do that too. But Shane, Curry has redefined that position. What's your spin on him?
The same, him, Iverson, these guys came in and, took the game to another level and changed the game. And you got to put guys high on the list of basketball greats when their style changes the game forever. And, there's no going back. Kids are shooting. Kids are shooting from the locker room right now. So he's a game changer. And whenever somebody is a game changer, that means he's making a major impact on the game. And you cannot discredit that in any way, shape, or form.
Two last questions for you, Cube. Okay, let's see here. Snoop is now also part of Big Three. Am I right in what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
is he now? Have you brought
he's a
him in as a priority or as a minority owner?
yeah he in a group with a cool guy, and look, they bought the bivouac, so um, he'll be we'll as soon as if they get if they happen to lose, we'll hear from him for sure. Right now he's on the island, what I mean, with his family. Salute. And but when he get back, and if there's any L's on the board, you'll hear from Snoop.
What the ownership of Death Row? How does that affect your relationship? Anything there with that there at all? Your relationship with Snoop and all? Because again, I know that was after the fact there and what you guys were doing at NWA, but I mean, just for you and where you are right now, because I'm looking at this Snoop Cube E40 Too Short. That
Yeah.
album dropped on June 7th. I mean, how's it doing?
I
Obviously, you
mean,
guys are all collaborating.
yeah, I mean, it's all love. Like, I never had an issue with Death Row, even back in the day. And Snoop get acquiring it, what bad can happen out of that, you know what I mean? So salutes to him for being able to acquire that. We got our release right now through Gala Games, Gala Music. as NFTs because there's perks and other things that come with the music. And we'll release it to the general public. We got a surprise for everybody when it comes to Mount Westmore.
Man, I love those guys, man. That's a great. Finally here, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about your Raiders getting Devontae Adams. Hey, man, I'll tell you, you get Josh McDaniel in the room. I say coaches, Cube, are better their second time around because they learned by mistakes their first time and what he didn't learn in Denver. I think this is going to be a pretty good stop for him with the Raiders. Your take on it?
Yeah, he got come in with that chip on the shoulder, a lot to prove. Going against the team that fired him 2 times a year should motivate him. But his work is cut out for him. The AFC West, it ain't no joke, man. It's looked like the hardest division in football. And so we need all the weapons we can get. Hopefully he got some cleats if we need him to play because, goddamn, it might be a little rough in there. For India, those teams are going to beat each other up, and we'll see who come out on top. So, I like our chances. I like what the Raiders are doing, the moves they're making. They know they have to make big moves.
Hey, where can people get the Big Three schedule? The website, obviously, too. Over on your social media, too. Over on your Twitter page, too. You've got all the schedules up there. Everything getting ready to drop. Hey, happy birthday to you, man. Get the
Big Three app, too. Get the Big Three app.
Big Three app, too. Happy birthday to you, Cube, and thank you for doing this, man. I mean, you know what I think of you, man? I know. Hey, the Rock is like this. Ask him what it's like to start a league because he's pulling his hair out with this XFL.
Hey,
he's
tell
like
him
this.
To give me a call, man.
I will because, hey, we're boys, and he goes like, Sills, ask him, please. I go, hey, man, every time I ask Cube about the league, he goes, hey, man, there's a call every second.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of moving parts and a lot of resistance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell him to give me a call, and I'll chop it up with him. No problem.
You got it. Cube, thank you so much, my friend. Happy birthday and have a great day, man.
Thank you, man.
That's my
Appreciate
man,
it.
Ice Cube,
Later.
man. Thank you so much for coming aboard. Ice Cube, man. Yeah, hey, starting a league does not look easy, right? That was really nice of him to come aboard with us on his birthday. Hey, don't forget, Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free. That means this, okay? If you're hurt or injured on the job, finding an attorney is one of the most important things that you can possibly do, and getting that attorney to represent you and your family to get that fair compensation is important. For the people, it's not a slogan. It is who they are. It is what they do. They've collected over $13.5 billion. $13.5 billion in the last 30 years with over 800 attorneys strong in offices in Philly, New York, Florida, and across the country. They're ready to do battle for you. There's no such thing as a fender bender. Call them, 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation is free. 800-512-1600. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, tell them Big Sil sent you.
After a car crash, the big insurance companies you see advertising on TV, they may try to downplay your case and might say it's only a fender bender or it's just a herniated disc. I worry that some law firms fall for this BS. Not us. We put ourselves in your shoes and ask, what would it be like to be in your pain for the rest of our lives? $1 million wouldn't be enough for me. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.